When I say meal prepping, what pops into your head? Do you think about the countless dishes that you have to do? Do you think about, just cooking a lot of food and it's just gonna take forever? Is that what you think? You think like, man, I don't know what to cook. I don't know how much of what to cook. I don't know how many pots I gotta use, how many pans, what am I gonna put it in? That's a genuine one, because you could find yourself out not having enough containers or something, especially if it's something that you haven't done before. But, having enough containers is probably the easiest part. You just get a 20 pack off of Amazon, boom, ready to go, Also, how long are you meal prepping for? These are all like things that pop into my head when I think about meal prepping. And honestly, I've done it for a little bit. I don't usually meal prep because I'm a simple meal kind of guy. I don't make these grand meals or anything like that. I'm very bare bones, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to meal prepping, this is essentially what I got going on today. I'm meal prepping for 2 days worth of work, because I know that when I get home from work tomorrow, I'm not gonna wanna cook, and I'm not gonna wanna cook before I go into work tomorrow, so I'm meal prepping, right? Which is very beneficial for people that don't have times. This isn't like a big meal prepping recipe where it's a meal prep cookbook or anything like that. I'm not gonna teach you how to make any specific meal that's gonna blow your mind for weight loss, okay? That's not what one of these videos is. This is more of a show you how I do it type thing. So I have a meal plan, so my meals are planned out, and that's probably one of the hardest things about meal prepping is finding meals that work for you, that are also conducive to your goals, right? So if you can just find a recipe that you're okay with having once or twice every week, that's off the board. You're good to go. Especially if you can make a whole slum of them, you know what I'm saying? I see cheesy beef and rice burritos as like for weight loss type thing, or even chicken queso burritos, something like that, because it's not hard to make a healthy ranch or anything like that. So those are freezable meals, so you can make 20 of those in one go. So if you find meals like that and you can have those once or twice a week, that'll last you for a decent amount. You're not just meal prepping for the week. But for me, this is what meal prepping looks like. Super easy. This stuff right here, it's just canned chicken and broccoli. This is a meal right here. This is what I have. Obviously, it's easier because I'm in a peak week right now, or a mock peak week, so I'm cutting out carbs, so I don't have to make rice for any of this stuff. But if I did, I would just make the rice and portion it out. You know what I'm saying? All of this is already portioned out. So this right here, 100 grams of broccoli and 6 ounces of chicken. 100 grams of broccoli, 6 ounces of chicken. 85 grams of asparagus, 85 grams of asparagus, and then 35 grams of lentils, 35 grams of lentils, and these are each 100 grams of broccoli. These are like different meals. So this one is chicken and broccoli. This one right here is going to be turkey and broccoli. I still have to cook the turkey. It's thawing out though right now. That's why I'm having a yap sesh. This guy right here is going to be asparagus and lentils and tuna. So these are just meals for 2 days. This is going to help me for 3 meals a day at work, so 6 meals total. And this isn't even all the meals that I have in a day. So like tomorrow, I have to wake up, cook breakfast, but then I have my next 3 meals planned out for when I get to work, and then when I get home from work, I got to make 2 more meals, right? So I could meal prep for all of those days, but one of my meals includes shrimp, and I like that to be fresh. So, or freshly cooked. I don't want to have to microwave it. But like I'm saying, it's not hard to meal prep for me specifically, because I have a diet. I know what I like, I know what I don't like, and I know how to make it work, okay? Those are the hardest things you got to figure out when it comes to meal prepping. So this right here, this is canned tuna. I'm going to put 1 can in that one, 1 can in this one. I was waiting for these guys to cool down because I just cooked the lentils and asparagus. Boom, right there, good to go. You didn't see that. This is a can of chicken right here. Okay. I know my big ass back was probably blocking a lot of that, but this is a can of chicken right here. This has 7 ounces in it. These call for 6 ounces each. So you know what? I put 6 ounces of that. I put whatever's left over, so about 1 ounce in that, and then I open a second can, put the other can in the fridge. Boom, meal prepped. I'll use that other can later, right? super easy. Those guys are staying out because they actually go in these meals. So these meals are done. These meals, I just have to add the tuna to them because each can is the perfect amount that I need. And these guys, I need to make ground turkey for it. But another aspect that I've completely taken out of the cooking process so I don't have to use a shit ton of pots and pans and make sure I'm getting fresh ingredients. You know, if you want fresh ingredients, obviously that's gonna maybe make it a little bit more difficult for you because I don't feel like cooking fresh ingredients or keeping them in my fridge or making sure that they don't go bad. So some of the things I get, these are broccoli bags here. These two are broccoli bags. It's just a Kirkland frozen broccoli bag. Take it out, this says 45 minutes, 425. I throw it in for 6 minutes each, and that unthaws all of it, and in one bag, there's 4 meals worth of broccoli, chicken, broccoli, and turkey. So perfect for serving for me personally. But yeah, it's super easy. It's a frozen bag of broccoli. I don't have to cook it fresh. You know what I'm saying? That's the big thing. Just ease of access for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to find a way to cook it. Very easy. Throw it in the microwave. Good to go. I was using fresh asparagus for my meals for the past 5 days. But guess what? Fresh food goes bad faster. Right? So asparagus goes bad. Understandable. This bag right here, asparagus spears, great value, frozen asparagus. There are 3 servings in there. Each serving is 85 grams for 20 calories. You know what my meal plan calls for? 21 calories worth of asparagus. So 85 grams, 85 grams. This one I'm going to use for my meal later today when I make another one of these lentils and ahi tuna meals. But like I said, ease of access. It's frozen. It can just stay in the freezer, buy a few bags of it, you're good to go. You know, it makes it so much easier for me in the cooking process. So I just try to narrow those down and get that stuff easy. I started cooking at about 4:30 and it's 5:47. The only reason that it's taking me this long right now is because I'm waiting for turkey to thaw. Because instead of, you know, cooking the turkey from frozen, I obviously like to let it thaw first because I had frozen turkey. I have fresher turkey as well that I'm gonna have to cook today. Just probably, I have 4 bags of it. I'm probably gonna cook 1 bag of it. That's what the turkey's gonna go in, is right here. And instead of waiting for the, just waiting and doing nothing, you know, sitting on my phone or whatever, waiting for the turkey to de-thaw that I'm waiting to de-thaw and cook, I got a little active. And I did, in my opinion, what the toughest part is when it comes to eating healthier and when it comes to meal prepping. All right, let me show you. It is these damn dishes right here, right? Now, this isn't a lot of dishes, whatever. I just washed these while I was waiting for the turkey to thaw, and I had this idea for the video, but obviously this is a lot of, you know, these are more meal prep containers. I got 6 over there. I got 5 more right here. That's 11 total. I'm probably gonna end up using these guys because when I cook the bigger bag of turkey that I have, I'm gonna put the leftover into 3-ounce servings into each of these containers so I know that each one of them is 3 ounces. So I don't have to prep a new container every day. I just have pre-prepped containers so that they're good to go. Hopefully I won't have to use all 5 of them for the turkey, but whatever happens, happens. This I use for the lentils, and those are just bowls. I wash these bowls like 3 times a day. I use 2 bowls with almost every meal, and the strainers from the lentils. So that's the toughest part for me, is washing everything. Because it just, I wash a lot of dishes throughout the day now. And I never really had this habit before I started this diet where I was cooking more often. I used to never wash my dishes right after I used them. You know, I would let them sit on the counter, or I would let them soak, or hope they get thrown in the dishwasher, right? That's another thing. If you have a dishwasher, it makes the dishes easier, but I'm a big hand wash guy because once I hand wash them, I know they're available immediately and they're not gonna sit in the dishwasher at all, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm also one of those people that's like, I don't wanna waste a dishwasher wash on a half full load of dishwashes, right? I don't want to put 5 containers in the dishwasher with the rest of it empty and then throw it in and start it. You know, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So that's the toughest part for me. But ever since I started the diet, I got into a much bigger habit of washing the dishes almost right after I use them. The only time I let the dishes sit is like when I use the pan for eggs or turkey. Before I wash it, I'll let it sit with a little bit of water in there and some soap so that it can break up some of the you know, meat residue and egg residue that got stuck to the bottom of it. That's the only time I let something like that sit, or if a bowl has some dried up hot sauce in it, maybe let it sit, you know. But for the most part, I wash almost all of my dishes right after I use them because I know I'm gonna use them again later in the day. So if I can just get in that process, then it's a lot easier, because if I didn't wash the dishes right after I use them, there would be a huge dish pile by the end of the day, and I would just be sad with myself that I didn't take the opportunity to wash them when I had time, you know? Because while I'm waiting for a pan to cool before I can wash it, I'll wash the other dishes that I use that aren't hot, you know? Or I'm waiting for food to cool before I put it in a container and throw it in the fridge, I'll wash the dishes. You know, there's opportunities that I've started to take upon. Instead of just scrolling on my phone, you know, while I'm eating my meal, I eat my meal, and then I'll get to washing the dishes, because it helps me later in the day, especially because if you guys watch my full day eating, you know how much I used one pan throughout the day. I used it for 4 meals. I used the same pan for four different meals, so I washed it a lot, and then I used one pot, you know? So it's a lot of washing, but as long as I'm using the same things and I know that I gotta use it later, I'm gonna wash it eventually, you know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to for me, is washing the dishes. That's the toughest part for me. Because man, I produce a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't usually use this many containers because I don't meal prep like this most of the time. The only time that I really got to dial in meal prep, I usually use 2 a day for work, but right now, because I'm so on low cal and I don't really have any energy, I have to meal prep 3 meals per day, you know, which is a little bit more difficult, but it is what it is. So if you can just find a way to attack the toughest part of your meal prepping, then I think it'll become much easier for you, as it did for me. You know, meal prepping is very daunting, or at least it used to be for me. And if I were to make other meals, it might be, you know, but I found ways to make simpler meals that get my macros in, that is exactly what I need, okay? And that's how I make it easier in my mind. Canned chicken, canned tuna, obviously, people probably look down on that. If you want fucking regular chicken breast, fresh chicken breast, you could do that, man. Especially if you got an air fryer. Throw it in the air fryer. It's good to go. That's how I used to do when I ate fresh chicken breast. Throw that shit in the air fryer. Boom, good to go. Plus, it's a lot easier to season when you do that too. But I'm lazy. So when you're lazy, you find different ways to do stuff, okay? And then obviously, frozen veggies. Frozen veggies. Honestly, that is probably the easiest portion. Like, if you want fresh vegetables, you don't want steamed broccoli, you want fresh broccoli, you can do that. That's fine. Go get like a veggie tray from Costco or Sam's or Walmart, something like that. A veggie tray with carrots, broccoli, asparagus, you know, I don't know if asparagus, celery, you know, all of that stuff, okay? And then you're good to go. But me personally, I'm fine with rocking with steamed veggies all the way, okay? Add a little soup to it, a little bit of water, good to go, you know? So I'll show you guys what it looks like when I'm done meal prepping the rest of these meals. Here is the final product from all the meals that I prepped. I doubled the amount of containers, I think. I'm at 11 right now. 11 containers. Nope, I'm only at 9, I think. 3, 6, 9, 10. I'm at 10. All right, cool. We learned how to count. Anyways, these guys were already done. I added tuna to these guys. These are my turkey ones. And then this is a meal that I'm having right now. I had some leftover turkey, and I had some leftover broccoli, so that's going to be a meal that I'm going to have right now. This is leftover broccoli from the other bag, and then this is a meal for later, the leftover asparagus from that last bag. So, as you can see, I used 1 bag of broccoli for 4 meals, and then another bag of broccoli. I already had my chicken today, but it would have been 4 meals with these guys right here. 2 meals a day account for broccoli, so 1 bag of broccoli lasts me 2 days, but I've meal prepped today, so that's where we're at. And then a bag of asparagus, that's 3 meals worth of asparagus. Just under, really, because there wasn't enough to make 1 full serving in here, but that's fine. I'm going to eat that later today. Save the full servings for tomorrow for when I'm at work, and make up the calories if I absolutely need to. But anyways, I know this was just like a really big yap sesh of me like talking at you. And I'm not lecturing anybody on what you need to do or what you have to do. That's not what I'm doing. What this video was for was to show you how I do what I do and how I made it easier for myself and how I think about things to make it easier for myself, you know? So hopefully, you know, when you were watching this, you didn't feel attacked or think that I don't know what I'm talking about and I have no idea the struggles that other people go through. because obviously I don't know what your life is like, you know? I'm just giving you a peek and an insight into how I do my shit. So hopefully you can take some things that you found helpful and do that, and take some things that maybe you don't find helpful and not do that. Because if you don't find it helpful, talk to your mama about it, you know what I'm saying? But if you have other tips that are genuinely helpful, throw them in the comments, you know, let me know. Because not everybody likes to eat like this. Not everybody likes just canned chicken and canned tuna, you know, and obviously the fresh ingredients is going to be harder. But I find what I find work, and that's use hot sauce on almost every meal as a seasoning, whatever it may be. You know, like these turkey meals right here, Mediterranean seasoning, which is 0 cal, and cayenne pepper, 0 cal, and some Tapatio seasoning, 0 cal. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, I use hot sauce for a lot of this shit. So you just got to find what you find to work and eat foods that you like. You know what I'm saying? If you can find a seasoning that you can just use on everything, or use on at least 1 or 2 meals of your day, and you can handle that, then that is good for you guys. This wasn't a video to for me to lecture you guys and yap at you guys and yell at you guys about anything. I was just hoping to help you guys, and hopefully you could take some things away from this and use some of those things. You know, if you ain't thought about canned chicken, you have now. You know, go give it a try. If you haven't thought about canned tuna, you have now. Go give it a try. You know, they're just almost exactly proportions that I need. You know, and I don't have to cook them; they're pre-cooked. So, yeah. I'm gonna chow down. Looking at all this food, I've had 2 of my 6 meals today, and it is 6 p.m. So, I am going to eat now, and laundry's going off. So I'm gonna go do some laundry. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.